because, hold on, do I have your permission to record this call? Brandon, do I have permission to record this call? Do I have permission to record this call? Okay, because I don't know, I'm livid right now because we perish for a lack of knowledge. So I'm gonna put you on speakerphone and I want you to explain again what has happened and why you did not go to your hearing.
Okay, it's called a revocation hearing. I didn't go to the revocation hearing because I was told by the liaison of the parole officer that I got IOP by Dallas County. I got deferred adjudicated probation and IOP. Okay. Inside of Tarrant County, I was already on IOP, just had not started. So the system, the parole board in Austin, most of the time goes with what they advise. There was no need to change it. But my probation officer was under the impression that I never went. He said that he was up under the impression that I walked off from a facility and that I never completed phase one. Not only did I complete phase one, I completed halfway through phase two. I was supposed to be done with phase two in November. I caught my charge in September. So September, October, November. 2 months. I did 6 months of the first part of it and I finished it. He was up under the impression that I didn't finish it.
And when he says walked off from a facility, so he's acting as if when you were released from TDC and you were released from prison, that because remember your parole went in effect that August of 2019, right? But that, yeah, no. You remember you got approved by the parole board in August. Remember your mom and I were looking for your date, and then August 15th of 2019, right? And then they would not release you because of COVID. And you spent the whole New Year, they shipped you to a facility hundreds of miles away from your mom and home for you to complete this program due to COVID. So then they held you, and then you were released when? Officially? February 4th. So from August, the time your parole was approved for you to be released, August, and then because of COVID, they shipped you to.
I was approved to be released August 15th. I didn't get out until February 4th.
Okay, and then you got out February 4th, and then they told you you didn't have to go to a halfway house or anything, right?
Right. I got out on a phase 1B1 program, which means I'll go home. I went straight home, and I did outpatient program. I did intensive outpatient program. So I was on a monitor and everything. Yes. And I had to do the first 6 months of outpatient programming, of intensive programming. Not only did I complete it, but I moved on to phase 2 and was in phase 2, doing phase 2. He said that I didn't even show that he had me down, and he was up under the impression that I didn't even complete phase 1.
Okay, so here's the question that I have. Okay, so when you were released, you were approved to do your IOP. You started that, you did your 6 months, you out working, you doing everything. You even have a parole officer. So how is it that he is under the impression that you never completed that program, but wouldn't your parole officer would have said something?
Never bothered to even look at the paperwork.
So where is your parole office? Where's your parole officer right now? Where's your parole officer?
Which one?
Well, the one you said that came to see you.
He's in Dallas.
Okay, but he came, okay, so your parole officer came to see you. When I talked to you last week or the week before, you said he came to visit you and it looked pretty good that they were gonna go ahead and release you.
Right.
Okay, but and then, so who is this man that says that you never completed? That's the parole board?
No, that's the parole. That was the parole officer. He sent his Leon. He sent his Leon. How do you say it? Leon Zay,
Liaison. Right, to see me. She's the one who was letting me know that okay, this coming up week they should uplift the warrant so I could get out. Come to turn it out, he didn't. He was up under the impression that I didn't complete phase one. But this is a parole officer.
He never bothered to look at my paperwork. He couldn't have looked at my paperwork because me and my mother called him, and after I told him all this, he looked at the paperwork and was like, "Oh, okay, I'll fix it. It has to come back by me anyway." The next day that I talked to him and he was like, "He'll fix it," they voted on me. So of course he didn't have time to fix it. He just never looked at the paperwork.
What is his name?
Jesus Fazz.
Who?
Thank you for using.
Call me back. Call me back. Call me back. Okay, Brandon. Thank you for calling back. All right. So, what is the man's name? Jesus Oz. Fazz. 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 Okay, Jesus Fazz. Fazz. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I got that name and it's on the recording. Okay, this is what I have a problem with because okay, so this traffic violation has turned into 6 months of you going back to you going to state jail.
I'm going to a program. What kind of program? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not coming home like they told me I was.
Okay, because you had accepted the deal from the DA, your lawyer. You had accepted the deal that you would do this program outside of state jail, right?
Yes, that I would be coming straight home. I have a deal from the judge signed. I signed, the judge signed, and my lawyer signed that I would be coming home to do IOP, which is intensive outpatient programming.
Okay. So how long have you been there right now? It's been 2 months, right?
What was that?
How long you been there right now? It's been almost 2 months, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Over 2 months. I got incarcerated. 1 second. I got incarcerated on the On the 9/18/2021 at 9:23.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's when I went to arraignment.
Okay, so September,
I got
October.
locked up on 9/18.
Okay. So September, October, November. So it's been a little over 2 months. Okay, so can this end up being part of that as time served, or they're talking about this program is actually 6 months?
None of the time that I have been here counts at all.
And who is paying for this? I mean, it's just, I'm just pissed right now. It's just a rhetorical question because the taxpayers are paying for this. So they're going to incarcerate you or put you in this program that you have to attend this program. Where are you at a facility? Are you at a state jail? Where are you?
I will be shipped to a facility. It's part of, I guess, TDC is I have been, and as you just asked, who's paying for it, or like, just say like right now I'm sitting in the county. I don't leave, even though that they told me that I'm going to IFS. I'm not. Nothing counts. If it takes, I put on a waiting list. If it takes them 3 months to come get me to go to this program, I'm just sitting here. It's all dead time. None of it counts. There's a gentleman that's been here right now. My neighbor, he's been waiting to go to the program for a month and a half. There's another guy that's been here. He's been waiting a month. There's another guy that's going on 2 months. All this is dead time for each one of these gentlemen. None of it counts. The time does not count towards your treatment program until you actually get there. So if they keep you here a month, that month doesn't count. If they keep you here 6 months, that 6 months does not count.
So this means that you're gonna lose your job.
Dallas get paid while you're here, and toward your facility treatment. They're just getting paid for you to sit here.
Yeah, and that means you're gonna lose your job.
Yes. Pretty much my job gave me a 6 month they've been waiting on me to come back patiently, and I was supposed to go back to work. And now I won't be able to go back to work.
So the guy tells you and your mom, oh, I'll correct the paperwork. So then when they had the hearing the other day, you didn't go because you assumed that him giving you his word that he was going to change the paperwork. So you didn't go, and because you didn't show up, and when they voted, he didn't change the paperwork. So they said that they're giving you 6 months.
Yes, I said I will be going to IFC. I went on their word that there was no reason to send me to a program because I had already been, the judge had already awarded me or disciplined me and with IOP. This was my punishment. IOP, offender intent out treatment programming, and they overrode that because of what they think.
So do you have, Brandon, do you have any of this? So this when you got out, do they give you any type of paperwork or any type of documents to say okay, you're being released and you have to complete this 1B or this, what you call it, 1B? Do you have any paper? Do they give you any paperwork? You okay?
Did they give me any paperwork? Yes, ma'am.
You okay? Okay.
I finished it.
I know you finished
I got a what's it called?
a certificate?
I got a certificate and everything for finishing it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, because I'm starting to get real upset, and I'm not upset at you. I'm just upset at this system because you got a certificate and you complete. But that's what I'm saying. These people getting ready to send you to a facility. Who knows when? You're sitting in county. The judge has already you even made a deal with the DA, and then not only that, you got deferred adjudication on top of that. Does this 6 months count towards any of that?
I think everything on. I believe I've had some people tell me that my probation is counting right now. I'm not sure, but if not, even that is on hold. Now, what I was told is this: even though I was supposed to go to IOP, right? Intense out treatment programming. Since parole gave me the program, Dallas is still gonna make me. Excuse me. Dallas is still gonna make me when I get through with the program. Dallas is still gonna make me do the IOP. So
Wait, what?
they're gonna get their money. Yes, ma'am. They're gonna get their money out of me for going to the program. And then when I get out, I still have to do IOP, so they're gonna get money out of me for that too. It's a whole big money scheme.
Okay. So when you go, but I thought that when you go to the facility, you're already doing the IOP at the facility.
No, ma'am. This is IFE, a treatment program that parole decided to send me to, instead of doing what the judge said. So I will be going to go do the program, the treatment program at the facility, and then I have to get out and do what Dallas wants me to do as well.
Which is part of your deferred adjudication?
Yes, ma'am. Which is what I was supposed to be doing anyway. That's what I got granted. That's what the deal was. It's not what I was granted. That's what the deal was.
Right, because you said because
probation and IOP.
Yeah, because you told me you were gonna take. I'm sorry.
Instead of parole going with what Dallas County said, they chose to do their own thing, send me to a facility, and then when I get out, I have to do what Dallas wants me to do as well.
And then with all of this deciding now in parole, so you don't even have, I guess the means or whatever to talk to your lawyer anymore, right? She's done with her part, right?
Yes, ma'am. She's done. Oh, and then check this out. This is even more of a kicker. I was up under IOP in Tarrant County. They granted me IOP in Tarrant County because of, that's the reason why Dallas, my lawyer, was like, he's already going to IOP in Tarrant County. Why don't we just release him, let him do the IOP, and if he messes up, then we'll send him to a facility. So Dallas agreed with that. So not only do I have to go to this facility, I have to go to this facility When I get out, I have to do my IOP for Cherry County, and I have to do IOP for Dallas County. And I talked to them on the phone. I talked to Dallas County on the phone, and Dallas County said, oh, we do not cancel out hours for Cherry County. Now, if you can talk Cherry County when you get through with this facility thing, if you can talk them out of if you can talk them into letting hours count for theirs, how wonderful. But we're not going to let hours count as theirs. So they're going to make me, this is the possibility. This is what's on the table right now. I go to the facility. I go do IOP for Tarrant County. Then I back door and go do the same class. Right after I get out one of them, I go do the same exact class again.
And those classes, do you have to pay for those?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are those?
It's, I don't remember. You have to pay every time you go though. It's 3 classes a week, and it's 2 individuals a month. So you have to pay, just say if it's 4 weeks in a month, there's 3, 6, 9, 12. You have to pay for 12 classes. You have to go every time you go, and then you have to pay for the 2 individuals. So there's 12 classes, there's 13, 14. You have to pay 14 installments a month.
Ooh, Lord. For 6 months.
Then, for 6 months. Then after I finish IOP in Cherry County, I'm going to take the exact same class again. The exact same class. Right after I finish it, get the certificate for finishing it, I'm going to take it again.
And then if you don't have the money, so that if you don't have the money to pay, or if you don't show up to the class, you go back to jail.
Possibility is I can be violated.
If
I don't have a way to get to Dallas, I can be violated because you can only miss 3 classes in 6 months. And you can only be, after 5 minutes, you are considered as you missed the class.
If you're 5 minutes late.
There is no, you can't be, if you're over 5 minutes late, it's considered as a miss.
I mean, it is almost impossible, because this is the problem that I have. And people always, sitting up saying these bullshit, oh, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Brandon, you have done the time. You have served. You were gone. You served almost 15 years. And then you 15, and then you still got to get out and deal with this bullshit. And then you get a job quicker than anybody I've ever heard of getting one. You get a good job. You're doing well. You're on your, and then, and then a traffic violation. And all you did was tell the man, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not trying to be in trouble because I'm on parole. And he takes advantage of that, of you being honest.
They got me violated right there on the spot. And the crazy thing is, it's like they want you to be a productive citizen, a productive citizen of your city, of the state of Texas. Yet, you put me on IOP, which is 3 classes a week. How do I work? How do I pay y'all? What am I supposed to do? What possibly am I supposed to do? How do I support a child, a family, and myself? I have to come see y'all 3 days out the week. What job is going to work around those conditions? So even the marvelous job that I had, They wasn't going to put up with that. Either way, I was going to lose my job because the class won't work around you. So no matter how hard you try, you can go get you a job. They have no understanding. I've seen people that falling asleep. If you fall asleep in class, guess what? They consider that as an absence. I've seen people actually, when we're on Zoom, leave their job and they're sitting in their car. They can't even leave work. They've been at work 10 hours. And then they have to sit in their car for 3 hours to take this class. I've seen people get kicked out of the class after working 10 hours because they dozed off.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's just.
You only get 3 absences, so you won't let me work. But I'm expected to drive and transport to Dallas for work 3 times out of the week. I can't be 5 minutes late. They leave no room for error. It's made for you to fail. And I completed this. I completed the IOP. And now you want me to do it 2 more times. You have 1 minute left.
Brandon, where's your paperwork? Where's that certificate and stuff in your?
It's in my mother's house somewhere.
Okay, yeah, make sure don't get rid of any of that stuff, and make sure she knows not to get rid of any of her paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I just felt in my spirit that I just need to record this. There's people out there helping people, but if they ain't shot, or if it's not black and white, or if it's not making big news, we can't get help for little people or whatever. But I'm gonna try to get you some help. I'm gonna try to do the best I can to get you some help, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is not fair. It's not right, and it's not fair. And I'm sick of it. And then people sit up and say all this stuff that there's no way to win. I love you. I'll talk to you later. There is no way. There's no way to win. There's no way. You're punished on top of punishment. How much more does he need to be punished for what he did at the age of 23? And he's going to be 40 years old soon. It makes no sense. And that man told him, he said, if you can get home, I'll hold your job for 6 months. If you can get back here, I will hold your job. 6 months of this program. And he agreed with the DA and his lawyer, his court-appointed lawyer, who came to see him maybe twice. A traffic violation. Someone else in the vehicle, open container. And it's just been crazy since then. Okay, he's calling back. Let's see what else he has to say.
An incarcerated individual at Dallas County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free
Y'all
call,
young
press
people, y'all
1.
sitting
To
up talking about
refuse
these
this free
catching
call, press
cases and
2.
shit.
If you
Y'all
would
better
like
get your stuff
permanently block
together.
your number from thank you for using Securus.
Better
You may
get your
start the
stuff together.
conversation now.
I called you back on my card. I
Okay.
just wanted to let you know, don't be down. I'm strong, and God has a plan for me. You hear me? God has a plan, and it says that man, he messed over me, and no matter how mad I am, I'm so mad. Trust me, I'm mad. I cried like I've never cried before yesterday because they don't care. They don't care. And you know something? I wanted to call them every name in the book. I wanted to do this, but you know something? At the end of the day, God tells me, he says, who am I to judge that man? Even though he did me wrong, who am I to judge him? It says in the Bible, who is you to judge my servant? And at the end of that, you know what it says? It says, let vengeance be mine. God is going to take care of it. Because I'm not the first. I can't be the first that this man has done this to. But God's going to take care of it. He is. I don't want to be here. I feel like I'm fit to lose my family. You know, I have a lot going on. You know, I was on the rise, like literally. I had a job. I had got a raise. I was doing good. I was working 10 hours, 10, 11 a day, going in at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I wasn't getting off until 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? I might get there at 7 o'clock, but I wasn't getting home before 6 o'clock. I was putting the work in. I got a raise in 2 weeks. You know, and it says one thing. It says the devil loves to seek, steal. What is it? It says he loves to steal and destroy and steal. And I'm not gonna crumble. I refuse. I can't. Failure is not an option, and the system is not built for us. It's not. I mean, just look at it. I got out. I did my classes. Soon as I got off my monitor, I got a job. A good job. A good job. 2 weeks later, after I got my job, I got a raise. And I was putting in the hours. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And over something small, they want to send me back. They don't care about you getting out doing good. Man, we like cattle. Matter of fact, cattle probably get done better.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a money ticket. They cram us in this place. You know what I'm saying? I literally, right now, I'm in Dallas County. I get one set of clothes a week. I wear the same thing all week. The same shirt, the same pants, all week. They don't care. I eat the same thing every day. Same thing every day. Some bread, some type of bread in the morning, bologna, or a peanut butter sandwich for lunch, and what's the call it? Some type of goulash at the end of the day. And my son, well, you know, most definitely my 18-year-old, but you know, even my 3-year-old eats more than what I eat. They don't care. It's a business. It's supposed to be about helping somebody come to a better way of life. It's supposed to be about rebuilding an individual's mind and the way they think. They're not worried about none of that. They're not worried about you getting out doing good. They worried about, hey, how can we get him to fail to come back? How can we make it hard so they break and do something they ain't got no business doing to come back? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Need that number. But like I say, God got a plan for me. He got a plan for me. He has a plan for me, so I don't want you to be sad. I don't want you to cry. He got a plan for me. He got a plan for that man too.
Yeah.
And he got a better plan than I could ever come up with. Because there's one thing I know, you got to answer for everything that you do.
Yeah.
Not only here, but in another place too.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. And his business is way, way worse than mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him have it.
Yeah.
Everything let go and be still.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Like I say, I cried and cried and cried yesterday. I cried so much I almost threw up. I just knew I was going home.
Yeah.
I've been waiting and anticipating.
Yeah.
And it almost broke me yesterday. It almost broke me yesterday.
And I thought that's why I was at that conference and I couldn't answer. But I said, he probably calling to tell me he coming home. I just knew he was coming home.
Yeah, I just knew I was coming home too.
Wow.
But, you know.
Brandon, you gonna be 39 on the 13th or the 40?
I'll be 39. It'll be my 15th year missing a birthday, missing Christmas. That's what I was really wanting to do. I was supposed to have a birthday. Alicia and them, her mother, and them, they had already decided they were gonna throw me a birthday party. They were gonna do it over there at Miss Kimberly's house across the street from Granny, so Granny could go to the birthday party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure my mother got to go. Remember, I asked you if you would come.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 years. 15 years. 15th Christmas. 15th birthday.
Whew. Hey, Brandon, I love you. You know I do.
I love you too.
You know I do, and and thank you for giving me permission to record that. I'm gonna put it out there and see what happens, and see if people, really care like they say. Nothing may ever come out of it, but like you say, God has a plan and a purpose for all of our lives, and somebody's got to hear this, because we can't keep doing the same stuff. It is a definition of insanity. We can't keep doing the same shit and expecting different results. We got to do something different. We as a people, we got to do something different. And we ain't doing nothing but lining these white folks' pockets, because they know that it is a multi-billion-dollar system. These prisons are crammed and over little bullshit. Rehabilitation. They need to quit. They need to quit talking about the rehabilitation and reformation and then recidivism. Oh, if you can make it past 6 or 7 months, good chance you won't be going back. How? You made it, Brandon. It's been 8 months.
Yeah.
You made it. Remember, we were so excited. You were working. We're like, okay. And I was just holding my breath for 6 months, 7 months. And I was like, oh my God, he made it. 8 months. They
say most people don't even get a job by then. I had a job and everything at 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. The first thing I just told Alicia, not yesterday, the day before, I found out the bad news. I say the first thing I'm supposed to do when I come home is I'm putting a license plate on the front of that truck. A license plate.
Yeah. Yeah, because you start thinking about all this little shit that they can, all this stuff that they look for. And I was reading, and it's weird because I was reading an article a few days ago out of one of the states where the city, they're trying to work on it, but they have actually admitted to, and cops have admitted to, that they get most of their arrests from traffic violations.
Yes, ma'am.
It's real.
A license plate.
Yeah.
A license plate.
Because when they pull you over for a traffic violation, it leads to the opportunity for them to search your vehicle, look in your vehicle, maybe find people who are driving with suspended license, no insurance, and then it leads to other stuff. So that's why it is imperative that when we are in our vehicles, we have got to treat that as if it was our home. We got to treat that as if it is our sacred place. We can't have shit rolling around in there. We can't have bottles in there. We can't have any suds in there. Now they're pulling folks over for air fresheners hanging out off their rearview mirrors. Talking about it's an obstruction of vision.
Yeah.
But see, it's stereotypical because they think, and back in the day we hung air fresheners and stuff. We weren't doing it in the car. But see, now these young people and stuff riding and smoking weed and all that in their cars. So now they think, oh, because they have an air freshener, they must be smoking weed or doing something in their car. You see what I'm saying? It's so stereotype, and it's trend. It's something trend. Now people are talking about hot as it is in Texas. People are now talking about, well, you know what? I'm not going to get my windows tinted when I buy my kids. These are the conversations we're having as parents for Black teens, that when we buy a car, my daughter's boyfriend, his windows are not tinted. You know why? Because we don't want them getting pulled over.
And that's the reason. They feel like if your windows are tinted, you're hiding something. When the simple reason for tint is to block sun out.
Yeah.
It's always something negative, especially when it comes to a Black man, Black woman, you know what I'm saying? And majorly Black man.
Yeah.
I mean,
black men get black men get the brunt of it, and it is not fair. And now you have two men, your little one and your 18, you have two men that have a gap now because you're not there.
Yeah, they not worried about that.
And somebody got to break that cycle, and it's got to be where, because you're not there, that your own son won't go out and have this perpetual cycle, or have this where he gets in some type of trouble, and then it starts that cycle with him. Because I'm telling you, it's hard to bounce back. It's hard to, whether it's minor or major, it is hard. They make it hard to bounce back.
Yeah, that's the era that we live in. They keep on saying that it's getting better. They're not getting better. They're just getting slicker.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to say they're getting slicker, because it's just all the things that they're slicker and they're getting bolder, because they do it so plainly. It's so plainly.
Right. And they do it to where, because they know that without money, because if you were, and I hate to keep using race, but if you were a rich white boy, you wouldn't have been sitting there. You would have been out that same night.
If I was a rich white boy, they wouldn't have pulled me over for no front license plate.
Well, they would have. They may would have pulled you over, but he would have let you go on. He would have just wrote you a ticket.
Right. It wouldn't have went to the degree.
Yes. And then they keep telling us.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say we're supposed to have a front license plate, but the truck when it's bought didn't have a front license plate. When I was test driving the truck, it had no front license plate.
Yeah. And a lot.
I mean, why weren't they sitting outside of the white man's dealership for every time that they chose to let the truck pull off the line?
With no front license plate.
These cars don't have front license plates. But not the one that, now you have certain vehicles that do have front license plate already on them. My truck did not have a front license plate.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why it's not a law to not let this car pull off the lot without a front license plate. But I don't see them harassing once again trying to use race. But I don't understand why they're not. I don't understand why they're not sitting outside the owners place or business, making these trucks pull off of the lot with just